Hey everybody, Joel Wanasek here with Unstoppable Recording Machine, and today I'm going to show you a really cool but simple post-production trick to beef up your bass drops with explosions and make them more exciting. Now this is a great post-production trick popularized by Joey Sturgis, and you hear this in a lot of hardcore recordings and metalcore and stuff like that. So let's have a listen here to this part. We have a transition and there's a bass drop that the band added in, and we're gonna make this more exciting. So let's listen to it as is first. So let's put the bass drop in here. I'm just gonna unmute it, and now let's hear it. So the bass drop is cool. So we want to add a track now. We're going to go get some explosions. I'm going to add a stereo track. I'm going to drop it in, and I'm going to give it a cool name like XPLODE in all caps because it will sound better if it's all in capitals. Just kidding. Okay, now I'm going to import some audio files. So I have a macro for this, and I have a folder of explosions here. So how we got these is we went on and there was probably a combination of like freesound.org had a lot of good stuff, and there's all kinds of samples you can purchase and things like that. So just go on the internet. I know that Contact or Native Instruments has a good instrument called Reverse and Smash or Reverse and Crash or something like that that does cool stuff. So there's a lot of different places you can get explosion like sounds. So we got a whole folder here of stuff that blows up. So I'm just gonna go through and cycle through of them. So you get the point. So you just need a bunch of stuff that sounds like it's blowing up and exploding. I'm going to use this gun rifle sample. This one's pretty cool. Let me play it for you one more time. That one sounds awesome. So I'm just going to drop it into the grid here, and let me play it for you in solo. Nice and explosive. So I'm going to move this right onto the spot here, and I might give it just a pinch of EQ, probably just like a little bit of a high pass filter. To make a little bit of space for the sub drop, but I want to take all of its impact and maybe just give it a tiny bit of top. Not a huge difference, but in the mix, it could be cool. All right, so let's just mix it in and see what happens. So kind of gives it that extra transient. Now, something that's cool is I'm going to duplicate this by hitting Control D. I'm going to bounce this by my macro, which I've done my own custom key command, which is Control B. And then I'm going to push Control R, which is my own custom key command for reversing audio. And you can set up your own key commands. That's pretty easy to do. I'm going to reverse this thing, and I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to make it build up to the bass drop here with the reverse. So check it out. You hear how that added that little bit of excitement to it that just kind of made it more cool. So let me take it off and play it without. It adds that little bit of drama. Pretty cool, right? Pretty easy. So if there's another bass drop here, let's go add this same effect to this bass drop. All right, so maybe we want to get crazier with it. Let's drop another explosion on, because why not? More stuff blowing up in a mix is always better, isn't it? All right, so first I'm going to add an audio track, stereo, and I'm going to call this Explosion 2, and I'm going to import an audio file. Let's find something that actually blows up here. I like that one. We might want, yeah, I'm looking for some glass smashing. Hold on. That one's pretty good. All right, let's copy this one in. Now, the problem with this one is you can see there's a delay to it. I mean, which is awesome, but we're gonna pull it back. So I'm just gonna trim this a little bit. I'm gonna put a fade out on it, and I'm going to slide it back to more like the meat of the explosion, so it's on the transient. Now that might need a little bit of EQ or something, but let's just throw it in. So I'm gonna build it up here, and let's have a listen. All right, that's actually pretty good. You know, that extra glass shattering on top kind of gives it a little bit of fun. So you can see how adding explosions is really easy. There's a million explosion samples on the internet. Go grab some and throw them behind your bass drops. You know, you can get some pretty cool stuff. So let's go add this somewhere else in this song. Let's throw this right over here. Kind of cool way to beef up your sub drops. And then maybe one more time in the song. So let's pick a random spot. All right, so we got that upbeat. And it's going to start right there. So we got a riff change. Let's just grab the explosions this time and not put the bass drop to make it a little bit less dramatic. And let's hear it. Maybe just to mix it up, let's grab a different explosion here, because the mix wouldn't be as good if we didn't have a different explosion, right? So let's hear it. All right, that one sounds pretty ridiculous. Let's throw it in. So like I said, you know, you can have a lot of fun with this stuff. This may or may not be better. It may be worse. I'm going to slide this forward a little bit to get more transient, like I said, and less delay lag. Might even start like here. I just want to say how important it is to have, okay, because if you're going to slide like this, obviously there's not a zero crossing, a cool little trick. And we've talked about this a million times, but in Cubase, you go to project, you click on auto fades. You're going to want one MS in, auto fade, and out. I usually like S. And you can hit OK. And what that does is that creates a zero crossing. So you can just slide audio around, and every block is going to have a little mini fade in and a little fade out, which is really cool because you don't need to crossfade or you don't need to manually put them in. Okay, so now you can just cut and move stuff. Okay, so let's hear it. Now you might want to EQ that one. That one's got a little bit of mid-range in it that gets kind of muddy. Let me pull some out. Maybe a little bit less bottom end. All right, that's pretty cool. So there you go. You can see how easy and fun it is to use explosions to make your bass drops a little bit cooler, a little bit more exciting, and a little bit more climactic. And if I had a song that had an actual like breakdown in it, that might be a good example too of a great place to put something like that. But for this particular song, these sounds work pretty good. So like I said, I encourage you to go out, find your own samples, get some packs. You can check out that reverse and smash thing that Contact is in Contact. That's pretty cool. Let me know what other post-production tricks you want me to teach. Leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to tackle them. Thank you so much for watching, and click subscribe and obviously like this video. And we got tons of great mixing videos here at URM Academy. So thank you so much.